Well, rolling hot off the heels of the SRAM releases last week, RockShox is stepping up this week with the all-new AXS Reverb. As you can tell at a glance, this thing is dramatically different in design to the predecessor. Still running the standard AXS battery, completely wireless, so super easy to install and whatnot. But yeah, the battery's been moved to the front and the down on the collar, as opposed to up here where it was previously located. Obviously being up there, you're getting some tyre buzz, you're getting maybe the battery flicking off with debris coming off the tyre and whatnot. It's kind of more vulnerable. At the front here, very, very neat, very, very stealthy. Also allows for the lower stack height and whatnot. So adding a lot of practicality to the post. But one of the really impressive things about the Reverb now, it's the first electronic 250mm drop post. So you can have this thing running in different height increments, anywhere down from 100mm all the way up to that mega 250, like I said before, at 25mm increments. So lots of customization. Really, it's gonna make it perfect for like XC, all the way up to full enduro. So the whole plethora of riding categories. Yeah, the new AXS Reverb is gonna really be knocking that. Tell us a bit more about what's going on here.
Absolutely. So aside from the new external differences that you can clearly see, and lengths of dropper posts that are completely pointless for me and my short legs, the internals have been completely redesigned as well. So RockShox have stepped away from any hydraulics inside. So they've got what they're calling an air over air system. So I'm assuming that that's going to make things, obviously it's less service intensive. So they've claimed that they've got a 300-hour service interval, which is massive. It's like a whole year's worth of riding, essentially, for your average sort of rider. As well as it's probably going to cut down on the weight overall as well. And with the way that they've relocated around the collar there with the actuator and that kind of thing, as JT mentioned, it's reduced the stack height. I had a 170mm original AXS dropper in this bike before, and when I found out that I had a 200, I was like, I don't think that thing is going to fit. I'm going to be stretching to reach those pedals. But I didn't really consider that obviously the top of the stack height now is much lower. So full new internals, there's no specific tools to rebuild this seat post now because there's no hydraulics or anything like that. And yeah, basically it's a real neat piece of kit, isn't it?
Exactly. Another really interesting thing that Blake touched on is obviously no hydraulics in there anymore, which really eliminates any of that kind of knock that Reverbs have had in the past, and you kind of had to really stay on top of your servicing. So that's really cool. Obviously another really cool thing, as you'd expect from everything that SRAM's brought out, or SRAM RockShox have brought out, which is AXS, the new Reverb seamlessly integrates straight into that ecosystem. So you can dial up onto your shifters, and so really how to get it to sort of activating exactly however you'd want in terms of like tailoring the position into any of the pods and whatnot that SRAM obviously makes. So yeah, the new AXS Reverb, another really interesting thing is it's a lot of tech. It's obviously a very, very premium post. It's at the highest end of RockShox offering, but the actual RRP of this post has come down a couple $100. It now retails for less than $1,000. So that in itself is actually really impressive, because normally when something new comes out, you'd expect it to be a couple $100 more, like everything these days. But yeah, really sharp price from these guys. Definitely going to be very, very competitive with some of the other electronic dropper posts out there on the market. But yeah, wireless, like we said before, very impressive straight off. Blake's been riding it, for a couple of weeks now. I've been riding it as well. Just feels super smooth, like up and down, especially when you want to kind of drop it in so that it kind of knocks, like not the whole way down, not the whole way up, kind of into its travel. I found it's really easy to get a kind of that sweet spot, especially on the e-bike. I generally don't have the post at the max of its travel. I kind of have it in, and yeah, I found that it's been kind of really leaning itself perfect towards that when you're kind of just doing a lot more pedaling and whatnot. But yeah, super impressive, as you expect from an update from something like RockShox integrating into the SRAM family. But yeah, really impressive, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see where it goes from there.
Absolutely.